Dear Jane, this is for all the Janes who have real names, which I'm too ashamed to say because of how bad of a friend that I have been to all of them. Dear Jane, I heard that you're a mother. How's your daughter? What's her name? Congratulations on getting married. Dear Jane, I hear you lost your mother. I know how close the two of you were and how much you loved her. I'm sorry that I didn't call or show up at her funeral. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you. Dear Jane, I really am proud of you and all that you've accomplished since we last saw each other. I saw you on the news and I could tell that you are proud of you too, as you rightly should be for never giving up on your dreams. I can only imagine how proud your dad must be. Dear Jane, I am so sorry that when you got raped, you were asked what you were doing, where you were going, why you were with him, and of course, what you were wearing. I'm sorry that you weren't allowed to be the victim, but instead the crime. I'm sorry that you were the one who had to bear the blame as well as the shame. I'm sorry that you were just a seemingly irresistible temptation to a clearly bestial man. I'm sorry that it's okay for boys to be boys and men to be men when it's still not okay for girls to be girls and women to just be women. Dear Jane, what's it like being a celebrity? Is a red carpet really as glamorous as it's made out to be? I'm sure you're having the time of your life in Paris, Vegas, and everywhere else. Make sure you take good care of yourself because you have always, always been a star. Dear Jane, I'm sorry that I judged you instead of loved you when you were going through all that you went through. I have no doubt that I would have done much worse if I had been in your shoes. Even though at the time I foolishly thought myself to be much wiser, when in my own shoes I have done so many things that I'm not proud of. I have made so many bad decisions. This me has done so many things that me swore she would never, ever do. Dear Jane, you're really brave, you know. You left your homeland for a strange land where you knew no one to do what you love. You're truly living your life. In spite of people only seeing that you still don't have a husband and are assuming that's why it's been so long since you've been home. Dear Jane, I'm sorry that you thought he loved you. I've been there too. Although, if we're honest with ourselves, we knew all along, we saw all the signs, and yet we were still somehow surprised when we cried all those tears. Most of the things that we did with, for, or because of those men was because we had decided without them that we were loved by them. It's not true that all men are bad. I know they're not all the same, but it is true that we both need to make better decisions when it comes to our emotions. And now that you have a son, you can teach him to be different. Dear Jane, you seem to have the picture-perfect family and the picture-perfect life. And I'm really happy that you're so happy. And I truly hope that life really is as great as your Facebook pictures and Instagram stories make them out to be. I can only pray that things get much better for you, or at worst, stay the same. Dear Jane, God bless you. In a world where everyone seems to be able to tolerate anyone and anything other than God and the gospel, you have stayed true to His call. And I know it's not always easy to be strong, but look on the bright side. You've got God on your side and He's got you in His arms, and He is always, always strong. Dear Jane, I'm sorry that I had to hide behind a poem to get in touch again. Dear Jane, let's be friends again. Hopefully, I'll get it right this time. My dearest, dearest Jane.